Hey everyone, how we doing?
Hey, oh, well, wrong button.
Hey everyone.
Hey everyone, the Reading
How
Festival's
are we
happening
doing?
this weekend, as you can tell by all the noise outside.
So picture the scene. It is the River Thames. A verdant, arboreal paradise, if you will. We are on our stupid mental health walk for our stupid mental health. Normally this takes about 45 minutes, it's a couple of miles, just down by the river. It's really nice. Yesterday, it took 10 minutes. Because we took a right turn at Albuquerque and the entire fucking riverbank is walled off.
Yeah, it's been nice the last week or so because they've been setting up so you kind of get like a behind the scenes look and all the lights were up and it was very lovely. And now it's, no, you can't be here, go away. And I'm like, but I live here and I need to take a walk for my stupid trail meets. And they're like, no. So,
in fact,
the other river runs through the middle of town, I'm afraid, and is nowhere near as scenic or as uncrowded as the Thames.
Yeah, Rogan, we've got to the small teenagers with backpacks and tents wandering around going, burger.
Yes,
Burger.
exactly. Oh, we should have talked to we should have got nice coffee from the coffee guy. He might not be here there tomorrow. But so for folks who don't know, the Reading Festival is it is a bank holiday weekend this weekend in the UK, 3-day weekend. And it is the last of the big summer festivals. It's also supposed to rain tonight, so all these poor kids are going to have to go camp in the mud here shortly. But
Character building.
Yeah, but it means that downtown is starting to get very crowded. Is it just like yay reading? No, it's not pronounced that way, unfortunately.
Although every time a bus goes past it says support Reading because we have a local football
or
team.
yay Reading. We're
my
like,
brain
yay,
goes, fuck yeah books!
fuck yeah books! Yeah, exactly. But no, that just means there's lots of teenagers who are about to get very drunk, wandering around looking for food.
It is going to be a 72-hour mistake nucleus.
Yes, exactly. So we will be getting. It is Mudfest this weekend. Yes, pretty much. And so we will be getting out of town. So that means there will be no Southern stream on Sunday. And we'll talk about that more as we go along. But it's also pretty humid right now, which is why we have a window open, which is why you may hear the occasional motorcycle exerting itself outside. What is the festival for? It is a music festival, including Billie Eilish is headlining on Saturday night, Sunday night.
Which means she's headlining in Leeds on Friday. Because it's
Leeds Reading. So the acts switch nights that they perform up there or down here.
Which is why I fond as I am now of Rage Against the Machine, in my like early 30s, I was like, I think I can take some time off from you lads. When I saw Rage Against the Machine at Leeds, after they had played Reading, and their stage design had a sign on it saying, The Battle of Reading. Leeds is a shorter word than Reading. They just hung a sign over the front of it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's fine. Lots of people like these sorts of things, but I can't think of a band on earth I would camp in the mud to watch. So I will not be doing that. Instead, we're going away.
Having been kicked in the head by someone I know sailing over my head towards the fun-loving criminals, I can confirm it's not entirely worth it.
What it gave me, I went to the first few in the summer, but they moved it to October. I have to show everybody Alistair's new adorable phone.
Ball is rolling up.
The ball is rolling up. We've well and truly embraced the D20 merch now at this point. It is adorable. So, welcome to the stream. How's everybody doing? I'm not playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
And that's
I'm a little bummed about it. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it's been another frustrating week of work-related stuff, and I'm like, why can't I just go beat up why can't I go free the poor little gnomes that are being beaten by the Drugar down at the Adamantine
I wish to assist my spider friends.
Yes, exactly. The current D20 season is incredible. You're going to enjoy it when you get there. We have the last episode of Dungeons and Drag Queens going, that's coming with us this weekend, which we will finish because it's that 3-hour-long combat. I'm like, I can't really break it up in the middle. I could, but I don't want to.
We've also witnessed the single most wholesome episode of Actually ever, which is 3 new dads being asked questions about preschool TV.
About preschool television. So they had to identify Blue's Clues and Baby Einstein by Music and things like that. It was so sweet and adorable. I really loved it.
The phrase, every parent I know has told me the same thing. Bluey slaps and fuck Coco Melon.
Yes.
Is now seared into my brain.
Yes. It was very sweet. I really, really wish someone remixes it for the Poor Beleaguered Wedding Planner. I don't know what that is. Where is the fucking recycling dog? Yes, exactly. I'm like, wait, where's the recycling? That was so funny. But it was very sweet and very wholesome. Yeah, we're watching like an Actually or a Game Changer, usually like over a meal for the evening. Coco Melon is terrible. I babysat for a friend and don't do it. Don't ever watch it. I'm sorry, but my heart belongs to Hey Dougie. Yes. Because sticky, stick.
Do.
I love this stick song so much. So yeah, what's been up with you this week? Doing the job search thing. And then BioWare goes and lays off 50 people.
There is familial medical horror at the moment, which we're dealing with as best we can.
Which is taking up time and energy.
And I refuse to use, a brief aside, if you will, I refuse to use the phrase game dev because I'm not a 17-year-old studying the blade in his parents' basement. I'm a narrative designer.
Yeah.
Along with the 5 other things I do very well. And one of the incredibly frustrating and strangely reassuring things about working in video games at the moment is it's horrible for everyone. BioWare laid off 50 people today.
Yeah, several of which were narrative designers.
Which tells us that they've got to the point where the game's ready to launch. And they're like, well, we don't need you anymore. I've had that. It's not fun. And yet the flip side to that is I was talking to... He's not quite a friend of mine yet, but he is someone we chat to an awful lot, who wrote a sizable chunk of No Man's Sky. And I actually proofread his next novel for him this week, and it's incredibly fucking good.
Oh, nice.
Partially a choose-your-own-adventure.
Sweet.
Which is lovely. And he's a really, really lovely dude, and he's super talented. And he's done AAA video games. He's done stuff you could buy in any...
People are like, gimme!
Right?
It's not out yet, is it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done video games you can buy on any high street in the Western world. He's got the exact same thing I am, which is 2 jobs out of 4, he just doesn't get a sniff. 1 job out of 4, he'll go to a second interview. 1 job out of 4, he'll go to a first interview.
Yeah.
I'm getting traction. I mean, I've only been job hunting for, 3-4 months?
Yeah.
I'm averaging an interview a month, which is...
Yeah,
good.
I think you're averaging more than that. You've had several interviews. It's just... recessions, man. They hit. And it's hard on lots of people. But let's not talk about depressing job stuff.
No,
lots of people have to deal with depressing job stuff. And that is not what we are here to do this evening.
Also, I watched 2 really fun movies so far this week, so...
you may proceed, so.
All you need to know about...
I'm just going to use a fan because I'm warm.
All you need to know about Hidden Strike is it's on Netflix and John Cena stands next to Jackie Chan for 90 minutes. The thing's bullshit. It is just straight up soup to nuts bullshit, and it features a jet truck. But you could...
Jet truck.
It's literally a truck with a jet engine on the back.
Because of course it is.
Of course it is. But it's John Cena and Jackie Chan. It's like a charm singularity.
That's true. That does sound very charming.
And the other thing I caught today was Biosphere, which is about the last 2 people alive on Earth, one of whom used to be the president and whose fault it all is, the other of whom is his best friend and scientific advisor who's built the biosphere they live in. And then...
Things go weird,
and one of them begins to shift gender. And it ends up being this very strange, deeply sweet, very funny comedy about the nature of hope and also bowling balls. I really dug it.
Oh, okay. Bullshit in a good way or bullshit actual bullshit?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Netflix is my September sub, Ragnarok Season 3.
Good shout.
Yeah, for us, September subscription will be Paramount because Lower Decks Season 4. It's literally on my calendar.
Riker.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we haven't watched a whole lot of TV. Sorry, my gates. They need bouldering. There's so much bouldering these gates require.
They are very boulder.
There's not been a lot of evening television viewing going on. There's been Dimension. There's been Dropout, and there's been Baldur's Gate, and there's been Life Stress. So not a lot of that going on.
Oh, and I've been listening to Impact Winter, which is big fun, and I think
Cool.
it's a podcast available everywhere now. Vampires fire a meteorite at Earth. Nuclear winter ensues. There are swords. You'll love it. It's a good time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Swords, nuclear winter, vampires. I mean, what's not to love, basically?
One member of the cast of Shadows and Bone gets very eaten at one point. It's kind of lovely.
Oh.
Aww.
That's good to know, Hawkeye.
Oh.
Not sure I really want to be engaging with grief a whole lot right now. BG's pending, depending on the Glasgow job. Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Fingers crossed.
Yep. I downloaded Baldur's Gate 3 only for a take over 24 hours to download. Yeah, I bought this game 2 or 3 years ago and didn't remember. And then
Impact's Winter.
And then I saw everything coming out about it, and I'm like, and then I checked my Steam library, and I'm like, oh, I have that. I am not a mouse point and click aficionado. It is very stilted and clumsy for me. I prefer a controller. So thank God it's turn-based. So that makes it a whole lot easier for me to engage with. But I'm having a lot of fun. Sword Vampires. What was it called? Impact Winter?
Impact Winter.
Great. I am someone who roots for the vampires. Well, there was a very cute vampire to be rooted for, and there is nothing wrong with a Greedfall replay. Greedfall is delightful. I am desperate for the second game because I can't tell if they're going to a different island or if it's a prequel. Because it looks like it kind of had prequel first time Desarde's mother comes to the home island that starts with the G, whose name I forget.
The one with all the ships wrecked in the harbor. That one.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but more Greedfall, please! I love that game. Gives me hope. Haunted Mansion is my absolute favorite Disney. Tearford is the island they go to. The island they come from, or the continent they come from, I think starts with a G, like Gaken or something.
Not Venice.
Not Venice.
It's not Venice.
Not Venice. Yes, not Venice dying from the plague. Exactly. Haunted Mansion is my absolute favorite Disney franchise. It is a very nice one. It has a very clear style. Serene, okay. Greg can't bear the thought of living more than 5 feet away from Baldur's Gate at any time. So a reconditioned Steam Deck has joined our household. I haven't bonded with it yet. Oh, okay.
Good. I have seen Impact Winter on multiple platforms. I know it's on at least 4. The only 2 that spring to mind are Spotify and Audible.
Okay. I would love to be surgically attached to Baldur's Gate, but, day job. So not so much these days. What else is going on this week? Just nothing. Just loud and want to get away and looking forward to a break for sure. As in a bit of poison on my blade and let's go. Yes, that Greedfall. Delightful Greedfall. There is a fanfic I'm very fond of, which is a retelling of the entire game with a heavy political.
I've been meaning to ask.
It's on chapter 421 now, and I think I got to the mid 260s.
So you have
there is so much of this to read, and I really like it because it goes much more into character perspective depth about political machinations, and it also picks the romance option that I like. So it's a good fanfic. You watch the Meredith Bros play Baldur's Gate. Okay. You want to wipe Auntie Ethel? Oh no. That does not go well for anyone who attempts that. Just to warn people in advance.
I mean, Tim probably needed some relaxation time after the hateful process of making a room a different
process of making a room a different color. I love that. We now refer to interior decorating as a hateful process. She'll turn you into a nude. Oh, yeah. No spoilers, but one of the things I like about Baldur's Gate 3, because we're talking about it just briefly, is there are a bazillion trillion different ways to do everything. Every solution every problem has different solutions, and there are different ways and dialogue options, and you can make choices, and you can make good choices, and you can make bad choices. I don't know if of you saw it, but Lariat, is that I think the name of the company? Larian, thank you. Released a like opening weekend statistics for the game. And they're like how many hours people spent in the character creator, how many hours people have spent petting the dog. Because you can get a dog. And you can
such a good boy.
And you can throw the ball for him. My owlbear baby has not arrived yet, and I'm upset. But that's probably because I'm not long resting. Because I like to eat. Oh, Hawkeye, you can pet the dog, you can rescue the dog, you can throw the ball for the dog. The dog can be summoned into the world as a familiar who will find things for you, and he is the greatest.
And you can talk to every animal.
I will never play this game without talk to animals ever again. I talk to every single animal, every single one. There's one quest where you can convince the spiders to side with you and attack the other people.
She's introduced the spiders to the concept of union.
Yes, I've unionized spiders to worship their own god. It is the greatest. I really love it. It's very much. Spider union. You can talk to all the animals. Like, not all of them necessarily talk back. Like, rats, I think you just get, like, emotions from more than, like, dialogue. But you can have very extensive conversations with lots of the animals. It's fantastic.
I think the first thing I walked in on you doing was having the antiquing discussion with the blue jay.
Yes. There was a blue jay who was stealing shiny things to arrange his nest. I'm playing a dwarf paladin. Stop with your shock and surprise. I know. And I'm like, you don't want that piece of gold. It's going to tarnish and turn green. You should use a different one.
He was basically, all right, thanks, mister.
Yeah.
Bye then.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Some of them are like that. It is delightful. I'm having a wonderful time. TikTok is littered with it. If you don't want to actually play the game, just go look for Baldur's Gate on TikTok.
Graham, I choose to believe this is in fact the origin of my favorite SCP.
Of the spider communists.
The spider commies.
I mean, to be fair.
They're really chipper. They just hang out in a big tree.
There was a big spider in one of the dungeons who had this lovely, thick female Scottish accent. It was gorgeous. I really liked it. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Life and stress. Too much stress. Play Baldur's Gate.
Too much stress. Put some down. Bit more stress. No.
Don't want any more stress. Exactly. So we're gonna go away for the weekend, and my computer's staying here.
We've had that conversation.
I'm like, bring the dropout. Leave the Baldur's Gate for the weekend. Exactly.
Take the gun, leave the cannoli.
Yes, but when we get home on Monday, all bets are off.
I know.
Like, what are you doing? Go away. Go away. Go away. My gates. They need some boulders. Oh, exactly. Tim built Trexel as a.
Of course Tim built Trexel.
Well, I think that's redundant. I think Tim and Trexel and character are it's kind of like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? It's actually a threefer. We just call different aspects of it by different names. Tim strikes me as someone very similar to, what is the name of that actor? Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner plays Kevin Costner in every role that he's in every movie he's in. Tim plays Tim. We just maybe call them different types of things.
A little while ago, he was asking for something. He was putting together his voice reel. And he said, have I done any detective-y stuff? Or any kind of hard-boiled things? And I said, yeah, there was the kind of detective-y narration in an episode of Stellar Firma, where Trexel decides he's a hard-boiled noir PI. And Tim said, oh, yes. Which one was that? And I just typed, Detective Stellar Firma, and the episode is called Detectives and Danger on his show. And I was just like, here you go, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, bless. Very sweet. So let's talk about what we're going to do this evening, which is we're going to crawl down an animal burrow with a lit candle.
I'm sure this is going to be fine, and under no circumstances will it be
after we lure off the overly friendly, nosy neighbor with a pint on our tab so that we can perform a little light breaking and entering. We don't have any tools to perform breaking and entering with. How is this going to even work? We're just going to put things on our tab and not know if they work. You can't scum save old Barrow.
And all that's going to happen is we're going to get to the crate and find out that Kenneth is folded up in there like a piece of fleshy
I hope
origami.
not. I hope not. I hope there's just some note about his poor dear
Wendy,
Glenn.
shortest possible version of last week's session. Reverend Vomitus took us to Leonard Bastard's house. He was not there. We're reasonably certain Leonard Bastard is nowhere to be found. We rescued a little girl's dolly from, and I cannot stress this enough, Wendy, where it was buried in the inside of a fairy ring, and we dug it up.
And we didn't leave anything behind.
So, and we're now back at the pub because Kenneth, our assistant, has shown up. Or rather, our stuff has shown up.
Is there going to be a hidden achievement based on the size of your
I
tab?
can only hope so.
That would be hilarious.
Our stuff has shown up. It's been locked away in the postmaster's warehouse.
But the postmaster's disappeared for a couple of days. Nobody knows when he'll be back.
He's read the script and gone, fuck this, I'm off. And his house is being guarded by a remarkably sinister chipper gentleman who really wants some beer, possibly sex. Hard to tell. But he also is basically going to stand outside his house looking at the door of the warehouse until the postmaster returns. Also, Drunky Magoo from the first session, turns out, is the station master and is worthless. He is a worthless human being. He's literally...
New cult guy! Yes, that's what we're calling him. New cult guy. Chipper guy is very creepy. We do not enjoy him. Leonard Schulmer romantic holiday at the worst possible time. I mean, who knows?
Where is the postmaster? Well, his young friend from London showed up and he decided to take him to the ruins at Mount Bastard. Oh yeah, that tracks.
Oh, very sweaty. Sorry, it's very humid in here. So yeah, and then the creepy little girl won't... What is it she was going to give us? No, she promised us she would tell us where the barrow was.
Yes.
But when we got our dolly back, and then she says, hi, and runs off and crawls into an animal hole.
So we finished last session literally using the same trowel that we have committed Fey blasphemy with to open a rabbit hole that a child is hiding inside to follow her in.
Yes, in the dark. What's the name of that paladin power I had to look up the other day? Turn the Faithless! Activate Turn the Faithless if we're going to go fight Fae. That's what much.
Why are you pressing F3 over and over? No reason.
It's not working, damn it! Where is my scum save? Exactly. So that's what we're going to do. Why don't we give it a minute? The ad doesn't start for 10 minutes, but let's do it a little early because I need to load the game. And it seems like, oh, you're back, Baldur's Gate? I'm like, no, I have to find the other game. I'm so sorry. So let's take our little break early. Go and get yourselves a beverage. Perhaps a fan if things are as humid in your house as they are in ours.
Because Jeebus.
Because it's very sticky. And we'll come back and we'll fire up Barrow. That's your job. Your job is to do that. There you go. Okay. 1, 2. And we should be back.
And we're back.
Title, great. So, as a reminder, we are playing the excavation of HOB'S Barrow, which you can't currently hear because I didn't click on the correct tab. Because I want you to be able to hear us while I'm actually giving you the background information. It has a lot of content warnings.
So many content warnings.
They are watch it. They are common phobias, death and dying, horror themes. Jump scares, flashing lights or images, social political themes, violence, sexual themes, SFX, social. What did I miss?
Flashing lights or images.
Jump scares.
Yes.
Yeah. No worries, Hawkeye. Have a good one. Those are the content warnings. As always, do what you need to do about content warnings. There are more detailed content warnings at the link in the chat, but they might have some spoilers. If you cannot remember who the characters are, there is a dramatis personae that you can refresh your memory with, or that we will continue to fill in as we go along. And if you want to find previous installments, they are available at the collection linked in the chat. This is installment
3.
4. I want to say 4. I can check because Ducky takes notes for me. Hold on. 4! Ah! I'm right! Neener! There we go. There's my moment of that for the day. Okay, do you want to scooch over behind me a little bit more so people can see your lovely face? No, you and your lovely face. Or I could just move the camera. No.
That's my lovely face.
That works a little bit better. All right, there we go. Now, shall we continue? Ready.
I love how music like this fits games like this just as well as it does 1980s. Now I must train for my underground martial arts tournament.
Right, so we've now established that we've got a tab, and he's not going to give us a candle until later this evening, which means we might not... I mean, why would we chase the child down the portal tomorrow? She's not going to stay there waiting for us. What are we thinking?
Have you been to Yorkshire recently?
Let's go see if he put a new candle in my room. Did he put a new candle in my room? No. Can I use the old stubby one?
The candle has melted. It's not much use anymore.
Fine. Be that way. I have to wait till dark. I'm going to be very concerned if this child is just stuck down that burrow.
Would you like me to look up whether we have to leave the kid down the well?
No, it'll be fine. Let's see how much stuff do we have.
We have a worm.
Yes, we have the hairpin. We're going to try and use
to pick the lock.
We think we're going to use the hairpin to pick the lock onto the postman's storage.
Go see if we can get Simon Pegg to come to the bar for a drink.
Is that what we're calling him? It's not Simon Pegg. Gotta remember. Right. Thank you. Oh yeah, my niece would absolutely spend a night in a burrow. Great. Oh, there's the brother. So now we need to get into the woods, don't we? Okay.
Well, it depends. Are we going to the postmaster's house too?
Yeah, isn't his house over here?
I thought it was over here.
No, let's look. No,
that's the Baron. That's the Radlands.
We don't want to go there. We have to go over here. Fine. He's like, what are you doing? I am literally trying to change the camera angle right now, and it's not working. Where's my hot bar? I'm like, why is the camera not shifting? Oh. It's through here, isn't it? Yes, you! Mr. Long!
Hello.
Good day.
Go get a pint.
Can I buy you a drink, Henry?
Really?
Really? We can talk more at the inn.
But I told Mr. Price I'd keep watch of his storeroom.
I'll keep an eye on it for you.
Doors have locks for this very reason.
It's not wrong. It's not a lie.
You're right. One drink won't take long.
The answer... Stereotypical answer, but...
I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Oh, that means I'll have to go talk to him later, but okay.
Let us make our way.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
The rocket weren't Stevenson's only design, you know.
Oh, God.
What?
He's talking about the birth of contemporary steam travel in the UK.
Before that, there were the Blucher and the Locomotion. But my favourite would have to be the Lancashire Witch.
I mean, that's fair. The witch is pretty cool.
He's in a cult.
I believe he built that in 1828.
Cult guy.
In Newcastle, of course. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
I couldn't even get a word in.
He likes a good chinwag, our Henry.
He certainly does.
And she's
I
not.
must say,
Yeah, she doesn't want to go through. Maybe he went to have a little snooze. You please let me get my stuff out of here now, please. Oh my god, he's still here. Go
Hello.
away.
Good day.
goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.
Okay, so now what are we gonna do? Do we have to just literally drink him
hammered.
into a stupor?
Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt.
Let's try this
I
again.
shall take you up on your...
Let us make our...
Can I get a word in edgewise this time?
The rear wheels are powered by coupling rods, would you believe?
Good grief.
The boiler had 2 flue tubes. 2! There were nothing like it.
You are WhatsApping me.
Oh,
You should have answered
Well,
it. Huh?
that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Alright, this is not gonna work.
try it once more.
Third time's the
Curses.
charm?
I'm starting to feel somewhat tipsy. I'm here to excavate HOB'S barrow, not HOB'S barrels.
Ooh, dad joke. Good choice.
Maybe I can have... Ooh, let me talk to the barman and be like, I'm gonna go get him one more, but just serve me water. See if he'll do that.
Henry Long can talk, can't he?
He's a colourful character. The man drinks like a fish.
Well, this is not gonna
He
work.
certainly does.
I've seen him drink this place dry and still be up to tend his garden at sunrise.
Okay, this is not gonna work, is what they're saying.
The man can truly hold his ale.
Okay.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
I wonder if what we have to do is wait till it's night and then try to get in that way.
Try it once more.
That was...
Rule of 3. That was 2.
Alright, we'll try rule of 3, but I think all it's gonna do is make me drunk. The Gravedigger, he has a name.
Oh, no, wait. Hang on. Go to Cyril's house.
Who's Cyril?
The old bigot.
Okay.
We need to get them both there. Buy them both a drink. And get them into an argument.
That's a great idea. Did you just look it up?
I may have.
Okay, fine. Yay.
Hiya, Cyril.
Good day to you, Cyril.
How do, lass?
What do you make of Henry Long?
An idiot who thinks that station's a good idea. Can you imagine? Strangers pouring into Bewley. Turns the stomach, that does.
Maybe he has a point. You could travel.
Bah. You're an outsider. I'd expect you to have such a bad opinion. But Henry, he's a Bewley lad. We've had the odd Barney or two in the pub over it all.
I
Okay.
can imagine.
Why don't you come around
Can
the
I buy
point?
you a drink, Cyril?
Now,
Yes.
go on then, lass.
Follow me.
Now go get Henry.
So then, he turns around and wires a dog like a tree. And I says, I don't know. And he says, because they both lose their bark once they're dead.
That was morose.
Okay.
Very droll, Cyril. Well, it's been a pleasure, but I must be off.
Aye, lass, ta for the drink. You're not too bad for an outsider.
All right.
That is old Yorkshire for you are family now, and I would die for you.
All right, Cyril, come on back. You two get in an argument, and then I can.
Strangers, pour it into Bewley. 2s and 3s of them at a time.
Come on.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you another?
I suppose I shall take.
Let us make.
Let's go. Right now, get in a fight. Fight!
To think, if that station hadn't been built, we would never.
There
have
we
met.
go. Here he comes. Here comes Cyril.
Blessed be the Midland Railway.
Idiot! That station is the worst decision this village has ever made!
Cyril Farnaby. A miserable man with miserable ideas.
Yeah, he doesn't have the head bob you've got going on there, though,
I will
buddy.
change your mind even if it kills me.
Well, go practice, would you? I need to break in and enter into your neighbor's house. Excellent!
Okay, bye.
Bye, 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 bye. Game saved. Yes! Let's save.
Have at thee.
While you two are having that ruckus, I'm gonna stumble drunkenly down the street.
Time to lock the pit.
All right, let me out. Come on.
Locked.
All right,
I need
yes.
to get inside without attracting too much attention.
Right. Let's.
Kenneth taught me this useful trick. A hairpin is much more than a hair accessory.
And how does Kenneth know this?
Moving on.
A few wiggles and this lock should spring right open.
Do 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 do. I can hear little lock picking sounds.
I've snapped the hairpin in the process, but I managed to unlock the door.
Lock picker. Where's Kenneth? Go.
Let's open this envelope. There's a note inside.
I'm sure there is. That's what people generally put in envelopes. Please don't be in the crate. Please don't let Kenneth be in the crate. How did Kenneth close himself in a crate and ship it? I beg for your Miss Bateman, I beg for your forgiveness. A matter of grave urgency has arisen in London, and I cannot join you in Bewley. I've packed your usual equipment, and pray you will find local assistance in my absence. I look forward to seeing you upon your return. Yours faithfully, Kenneth Murdoch. As predicted, he's been urgently called away.
Yep.
How very frustrating. I
Wonder
I'd
what
better
happened.
get this to the alley before Mr. Long comes back. Moving a fully laden crate through the village square was no easy task.
Which we're conveniently glossing over.
Somehow, no one was there to witness it.
Sure. Okay. Let's say yes.
But I didn't give up, because I never give up, do I, Mother?
Do I, Mother?
I am as stubborn as my father, as you liked to remind me.
I sense another flashback.
I would have preferred it if she was just slumped over like, oh God.
Wait. Where's my money?
Oh, lovely.
It's not in here.
Great, we're broke.
Kenneth, you absolute liability of a man. It looks like everything else is in here. Picks, specimen trays, shovels. Oh, my chisel, I'll take that. Ah, my lantern. It feels light.
Lantern.
There mustn't be any oil inside.
There mustn't be any oil.
I'll leave the rest in the crate. Stanley assured me things would be safe here.
Aye, just leave the crate in the back alley, love. It'll be alright. No one will neck it.
Yeah, get a dishwashing minigame, right?
No money and no assistant.
You also don't have a contact. If I were you, I'd cut my losses at this point.
This is most inconvenient. Still, I've been in worse situations.
Name them!
I've got a tab at the inn for now. I'll worry about money later.
Spoken like a true member of the nobility.
I'll have my nan come over and settle the tab in a couple of months. That won't be a
Must
problem, will
find
it?
that barrow and get on with the excavation. I don't wish to carry around my heavy excavation tools.
Right, so
You've
now
got
I
your
have
chisel now.
a chisel and an lantern, but it's empty, so I need to get some oil for it.
Would the blacksmith have oil?
Maybe. Let's go take a look. I mean, he's got a lit lantern, so
Good
maybe.
day.
Yes?
I
Lantern!
was wondering if you might be able to spare some lantern oil.
I don't have much to spare, lass. Paraffin is as rare as hen's teeth in these parts.
Why?
How much coin do you have?
None.
None, I'm afraid.
If you're in a bind, I can trade you a small amount.
A trade, you say?
Aye.
What do you want?
What can I trade you for some lantern oil?
Surprise me.
Thanks for your time.
Aye.
See, if we had the cake,
I think if we had the cake, that would have worked. I don't think he wants worms. Or the key to my room. No, I'm not trading him the key to my room. I've got a fishing pole. I mean, if I had a fishing pole, I could go fishing. What are we gonna trade him? Let's try the worms. Why not?
I don't think Mr. Crozier would be interested in trading his paraffin for this.
We saw some flowers somewhere. Picking some flowers. The ammonite.
go get the ammonite from the rock.
Yeah.
Yes, good shout.
Over by, it was by the church and then over to the river, wasn't it? Okay.
Yes, those Bakewell puddings will be ours, Mrs. Bastard.
Was it this way?
Yeah, I think it was that way and to the left.
There's a damn crow again.
Possible I was mistaken.
That crow keeps following us. At least we're not being quizzed about Shakespeare. Oh, well, that was a convenient walk. Am I gonna steal it all
A
this
carved
stuff?
stone has been affixed to the door. I think it depicts a crescent moon. It's bolted onto the door itself.
Okay.
I can't remove
Chisel.
Okay.
it. I'm not sure what that would achieve.
I think it does want you to remove the one from the river, unfortunately.
Alright.
The trousers feel damp, freshly hung.
We've been through this. Can I steal one of the chickens?
He looks much too unruly to be picked.
Okay, fine. Brief 4-hour jaunt back. It's not a bad idea.
What?
Try if that crow's still there, maybe we could feed it a worm.
Ooh. Ooh. Go see.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's
buddy.
give that a try.
Bro's not interactable with.
Can't interact with him.
No, that one.
Hmm.
Do you want to push forward here and take a left, maybe?
You can't. It's just go.
The moors stretch into the...
Yeah.
Maybe it's left past the church, then out.
Yeah, I think It's near the woods. Cakes, lady. There was nothing in the church, was there?
Yeah,
This way?
I think so.
Yep. She's left her dolls behind. Let's use our chisel with the fossil. See if we can chisel it out.
Splendid.
There we go.
I've managed to extract it in one piece.
I bet you he'd trade us that, because he... Can I go across the river in here? No, but I do have these flowers.
The delicate flowers smell rather sweet.
I can't do anything with them. I don't have, like, scissors or thing.
They aren't mine to take. They aren't mine to take.
Which is an interesting thing. She's not willing to take those
Fossil is...
in my inventory. Alright, let's see if he'll trade that for some oil.
I say, Mr. Blacksmith, here is a priceless lump of your local geology and prehistory. Please may I have one thimble of paraffin.
Right. You.
Good day.
Yes.
What can I...
Surprise?
Thanks for your time.
Aye.
Think you have to hit trade a second time?
Or, no, I think I just have to do...
No, that won't... Would you trade some of your paraffin for this fossilized ammonite, Mr. Crozier?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar. I'll take it off your hands.
Wonderful.
Let me fetch some paraffin from inside.
Ta-da!
There you are.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Okay, be right back. Just gotta pull a kid out of a barrow.
My
Now that...
lantern is fueled and ready for action.
You even have one match.
It's already lit, it says. Back out this way.
Fossil crazed blacksmith.
Into the... Alright, child!
Right, let's put this lantern to good use.
Okay, let's save. Into the dark. That is a precipitous drop, so be careful.
Not enjoying the flies down here.
Or the heartbeat sound. Child.
Jane, come out at once.
Jane's not having it. That's a badger.
Goodness me.
They will fuck you up.
Jane!
Silly, what are you doing in that smelly old badger's hole?
You were in there.
No, I weren't.
Yes, you were.
Uh-huh.
Not true. I was hiding behind that tree over there. I got bored of waiting for you.
So where can I find Hobbs' Barrow?
Spill! I've had to do like 4 fetch quests for this and run a tab! I had to listen to old men complain!
Go north from the church graveyard, up the hill.
North from the church graveyard, up the hill.
You'll see some muddy fields on the horizon.
Yep.
That's Mr. Bryden's farm. Hobbs' Barrow is there.
Mr. Bryden's farm. Okay.
Don't tell any grown-ups I told you. And thanks for getting Myrtle back.
Go get your other dolls. You left them by the river.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jane. You've been a great help.
Tell Sadako we say hi.
Okay. This is the churchyard, isn't it? No, it's through the yeah.
Did you want to go get your diggy tools beforehand, or do you think it's going to help you? It's going to be.
Well, she doesn't want to carry them around.
Auto load your diggy
The
tools.
Giggling Badger would be a good pup name. Totally. North from the churchyard, so this way. See, now we can go this way.
As I trudged through the barren moors, with only the odd sheep for company, I reflected upon my visit to Bewley thus far.
Been stood up, running a tab. It sucks. Nobody's here to help me. Why haven't I left yet?
The enigmatic Mr. Shoulder and his puzzling disappearance. The townsfolk of Bewley, who had made it as difficult as they could for me to find Hobbs' Barrow. The suspicion, the wariness in their eyes.
The fact that they didn't instantly trust me. A stranger. A woman traveling alone.
Woman from Oxford.
Only now I know it was actually fear.
Oh, do you?
In the end, it was the innocence of a child, young Jane, that condemned me to my fate.
Why did Jane condemn you to your fate? You're the adult making the decision here. I mean, I know this is foreshadowing, but please. Also, I'm going to just pop the content warnings up again because we could get an ooga booga here. That's the technical term for a jump scare, is an ooga booga. Just so everybody's on the same page. Hark! A farm. Now, what's the button to interact with things?
Okay, go. There you go. See?
Fields, gate. Well, before we do that.
Excuse me, Mr. Farmer. You're here to do an archaeology.
And a bucket, dear Liza. And a suspiciously dead tree. And a goat! Ah, okay. So
Easy girl.
All right. We will not.
Fond of goats at the best of times, but this one seems particularly disagreeable.
I'm going to try.
Goats are lovely.
Okay, a cat animals. See? Oh, come here. No, doesn't want anything to do with me. And the bucket. There we go. Here, feed
This
it.
is not mine to take.
You have a strange set of morals. Everybody home? Mind if I go shufty around in your fields?
What do you want?
My name is Thomasina Bateman. Mr. Bryden, I presume.
Aye. What do you want, lass?
That's quite an intimidating goat you own.
The old girl does a better job of protecting this farm than any hound would.
Rude.
She still produces a lot of milk for us, so we forgive her temper.
can you tell me of Lord Panswick?
He keeps us going. Most of our crops go to feed his animals.
What is he like?
Oh, I've hardly laid eyes on him.
Probably.
He sends his workers here to pick up the crops.
I see. I understand HOB'S Barrow is located on your land.
Oh, well, yes. Why'd you ask?
I am an antiquarian, Mr. Bryden.
I am a librarian.
I'm writing a volume on the barrows of England.
Oh. I suppose you'll be wanting to dig about it.
If at all possible, Mr. Bryden. I was invited to Bewley by Mr. Leonard Shoulder, who told me such an excavation would be possible.
Leonard Shoulder? Ha! I haven't seen him in years.
He literally lives over there.
Yeah, that tracks.
The last I heard, he were on death's door.
Oh dear.
There's to be no more digging there, lass. Not since it went so badly last time.
I'm sorry, what?
Tell me more!
Was there a previous excavation of HOB'S Barrow?
Aye. Me brother dug it up.
Ooh, family tragedy.
Must have been, 25 years ago.
Year singular. Interesting.
You see, whatever he found inside,
It cursed him!
well, it drove him mad.
Oh?
Aye. I moved back here to look after him. Poor bastard hanged himself not long after.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bryden.
Sorry to hear that too.
That's terrible.
Aye. Time passes, but it were an awful thing.
One of the other men. That's what his brother first.
What did your brother find?
Samuel. Samuel were his name.
Sorry, what did Samuel find in the barrow?
I don't know. But something went wrong. Afterward, he could barely speak. You couldn't make out a word, like.
That must have been hard.
He lost a hand in that excavation too, you know.
Oof.
Oh gosh.
Goodness me, how?
I try hard not to speculate on what might have happened, lass.
Alright, well,
I'd see
who
him
else was
disappear
there?
into that barrow, dragging timbering with him. You'd hear him hammering away for hours. I offered him help, but he'd have none of it. Soon enough, he blocked the entrance off. To look at it now, you'd never know the thing we dug up. The land has reclaimed it.
Of course it has. What about the other
Who
men?
else was involved in the excavation?
There.
2 others, I believe. Outsiders, perhaps. I can't say for sure. I think they left town pretty swiftly afterwards.
We can
Father?
Hmm?
Father?
Maybe 25 years ago. So when my dad was young, timing would line up. Yeah.
I lived in Bakewell at the time. I only moved back here to look after Samuel.
It's the big city.
Lost all the tarts.
I took over the farm when he passed away.
I see.
Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Bryden.
Since I've walked all the way out here.
I live here with my wife. And I might be long in tooth, but I can still run this farm without too much help.
Tell me about your wife.
Is your wife home?
She's out in fields, lass,
Okay, so I'll run into her if I try to sneak past. Good to know.
pulling weeds.
That's not how that type of farming works. But okay. Don't we fields, we garden. But okay. Yeah, lend her a trowel, right? Exactly.
The curse of such fertile soil.
Good to know.
40 years we've been married.
Aww.
I couldn't do it without her, you see.
Okay, so don't let anything happen to her.
How splendid.
Aye, my wife is a fine woman. Are you married, lass?
No. I've had my fair share of proposals, Mr. Bryden, but that's not the life for me.
Marriage is an important institution.
Let's just glaze that over, shall we?
You'll find a man one day.
Or not. Quite.
I manage rather well without one, Mr. Bryden.
Alright. Tell me about the
What can
farm.
you tell me about your farm?
Samuel's fair to side. We're a fortunate family. The soil is fertile here. Crops grow without too much trouble. All the other farmers round here raise livestock, even Lord Panswick. We grow feed for them.
So, the one field where the barrow is has the fertile soil.
Yeah, that tracks.
Did we ever think about any No? Bueller? Okay. And you lost hands? And didn't Dad get struck with an affliction where he's not talking? Okay.
Most fortunate, Mr. Bryden.
Oh, children. Come on, people. The clues are here.
Get with the program.
You haven't seen Mr. Shoulder for some time.
I hear about him now and then,
Excuse me.
but it must be a good few years since I set eyes on him.
He hasn't been here to visit HOB'S Barrow.
Not to my knowledge. I heard he's beset by ailments. Don't leave his home often.
Well, he's not there now.
Did last night.
How odd. I assumed he'd spoken to you about my visit.
Not at all.
This sounds like a blood for the blood god situation. I want your permission to
Mr.
excavate.
Bryden, may I please have your permission to excavate HOB'S Barrow?
No.
Yeah, I knew it.
Have you not been listening, lass? Samuel found something in there that's best left to rot. No digging here, lass.
Okay, I'm gonna go to convince your wife.
All right, bye.
He's not gonna care about that, and that's not gonna work. I'm gonna go talk to his wife. I'll just say as you wish.
As you wish.
Good. You've come to your senses.
No, I've just told you that.
Don't scratch your ass in front of me, old man.
Perhaps I can at least see HOB'S Barrow.
I suppose you've come a long way to be here, lass.
Right? Just show me the way. I'll have a
Just don't
conversation
miss
with
out
your
London.
wife. She'll convince me. She'll convince you. It'll be
All
fine.
the way from London, Mr. Bryden.
Have you any proof of all you've told me?
Proof.
You wish to see proof of what, Mr. Bryden?
I can't let any Tom, Dick or Harry wander around me fields. What proof have you of your claims?
Oh, I'll show him the letter.
Hit proof again.
You wish to see proof of what?
I can't. What proof?
Thanks for your time.
Ta-ra now.
All right, here.
To Olive.
Here's the letter that he sent
Here
me.
is proof that Mr. Shoulder invited me to Bewley in order to excavate HOB'S Barrow.
Leonard making bold promises, I see. Don't make me regret this, but yes, you can have a look at it.
Thank you.
Any road. Once you've set your eyes on it, you won't be wanting outdo with it. The place gives one a queer feeling.
For those of you unsure, out is anything.
So where can I find it?
Through that gate to your left.
Follow the glow, love. Can't miss it.
There was no child down there. There was a badger, and she was giggling up front when we came back
Just head
out.
straight across the top to the field there. After 10 minutes or so, you'll see Barrow, set on a hill ahead.
Thank you again, Mr. Bryden.
I sound very excited, don't I?
I really do appreciate it.
All right.
All right, bye then. I'm off to wake the elder gods from their slumber.
What's this? Okay. Off we go to the barrow. Yes, I do number and name all my saves.
How many Baldur's Gate 3 saves do you have now?
Numbered saves or auto and quicks?
Number saves.
126.
I probably should have brought my umbrella.
I didn't even know we had an umbrella. There's a rock! A-R.
A-R. I haven't a clue what that could be referring to.
Kenneth was not in the box. Kenneth sent a note saying, "So sorry, lol, will not be joining you." He also
Kenneth read the
didn't
script and realized she's about to have a very bad time.
and he also didn't send any money, so
Finally, here it is. HOB'S Barrow.
is it?
Indeed, a barrow of a most unusual rectangular form. I've not seen something like this since West Kennet Longbarrow. Yes, this shall make a fine entry for my book.
Stood in rain, talk to farmer.
What secrets do you conceal, I wonder?
Dun dun dun!
A real long barrow located in Avebury.
It says I can click on it. What could go wrong? There's nothing else to do, so.
That smell. Earthy and sweet.
I'm having a
3,
flashback.
2, 1. You can open your eyes now, Thomasina.
I'm having another flashback to Dad.
Come. Are you ready for your first excavation?
Oh,
Yes, Daddy.
sweet.
Capital. Make sure you remember everything I've taught you. I have a feeling you might find something special.
That I've hidden in the garden in advance and that I can see from here.
How exciting.
I'll be watching from the steps, my little bird. Good luck.
Thank you, Daddy.
There's a trowel, for one thing.
Now I'm ready.
Because now I have a trowel. Alright, so where do we want to dig? Dirt. Dirt. Let's start here, shall we?
No treasures here.
Some other dirt. Let's just piss off the gardener.
Nothing here.
Swear to God, if his lesson is, you don't always find things. Tonight's gender, other dirt.
Treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy, I found the treasure.
Or you did, sweetie.
Look.
Well done, little bird.
Very sweet.
Your first successful excavation. That urn you're holding is very old and precious.
I totally took it from the British Museum and just buried it in my backyard. It's a lesson for my scampy child.
Take good care of it, all right?
I will, Daddy. I promise.
Uh-oh. Promise of a child. What is that? Oh, nothing else we can do here.
I do have a feeling there is something exceptional to be discovered here.
Mm-hmm.
I must gain Mr. Bryden's permission to excavate.
Alright, so where's his wife? In the fields. I don't know if there's anything else we can do.
I do have a feeling I must gain...
No. Okay. Maybe by the time I get back.
We are 3 minutes off on that.
Oh dear. But it's approaching dark when we're walking back now.
Darkness falls quickly here. I should make my way back to the inn.
Yep, and you are correct. So we're just about to have capitalism impose itself. So why don't we take a little break here before we walk back to the inn in the not quite dark and rain and see what happens, right? All right, everybody, get yourself a stretch and all that good stuff. I'm trying to find the button I need that button. We're going to do the same, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
And we're back.
And we're back. And I have apple bits left. Alright. Darkness falls quickly. I should make my way back to the inn. Yes, but I want to talk to...
I shouldn't disturb him at this late hour.
So we're just going to walk back across the barren country. Okay.
Well, I have a lantern now. And the goat's asleep, so I'll leave it alone. Fine. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Nothing went wrong. AR. Wonder whose initials those were.
Gravestone.
She's
No
gone.
cake.
I lost the cake. Ooh, Mr. Lucas is back. Lights are on there. Let's check on our
It's
gear.
late. I should really get some sleep now.
I want to check on my equipment.
It's late.
Fine. Who are these folks? Mr. Crozier. Man.
Who's
Other
making
man.
me do what the...
Third man.
Good evening, sir.
Eh? Kitty!
I'll leave you to it.
He's playing stabby of the hand. The kitty.
I don't wish to wake him up.
But you have to pet the kitty. There's Cyril. Maybe the guy down here is... No, he's gone. I'll talk to these folks,
Good
but
evening, gentlemen.
What are you gonna do about him?
If he thinks he can take her away from here, he's got another thing coming.
Oh dear.
I am gonna knock his bloody block off.
Hey, Sugar.
In fact, I can think of a better punishment.
Ruh-roh.
Oi, what do you want, lady?
Atmosphere.
Piss off.
You heard the man.
Charming. Good evening, Mr. Crozier.
Evening. Thanks again for the fossil, lass.
Now there's Simon Pegg, Mr. Playing Knifey Stabby.
'Tis truly a beauty.
You're most welcome. How long have you been collecting fossils?
Ever since I were a boy. The moors look a barren place, but there are plenty of fossils to be found in the rock formations. All manner of creatures to uncover.
Dun dun dun.
Such a playground for a young lad. What's your favorite piece in your collection?
The ammonite you gave me today.
Really?
The most recent is always the best.
Indeed.
What about you, lass? Do you collect out?
I do. You see, I'm writing a book on the Barrows of England. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England.
It shall be called.
I document all my findings.
But what do you collect?
Pottery, tools and such.
Bones too, no doubt.
No, I leave those in place.
Good.
You've got a morbid heart, lass. Fussing about in old graves like that.
We're not dissimilar in that we both take an interest in the remains of the long gone.
I suppose you have a point there. How's your book coming along, then?
Nice of you to ask.
Very well, thank you. Though I'm rather keen to begin my chapter on HOB'S Barrow.
We already asked him about Lord Panswick, didn't we?
What
Think
can
so.
you tell me of Lord Panswick?
His lordship commands much respect around here, lass. Keeps me busy with work. Why do you ask?
Just curious. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
See what Cyril got up to today.
Hello again, Cyril.
Did you have a nice fight, Cyril?
You're still here?
There!
Did Mr. Long convince you of the virtues of Bewley Station?
What the hell do you think? Now bugger off and leave me to me drink.
Very well.
You have a lovely night, Cyril.
He seems even more wound up than usual.
Mans.
Dan.
All right, Mr. Kemp.
Good evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
I don't think I'm going to order a drink. I think I've had enough today. And I don't think I have anything. Let's try.
I found Mr. Shoulders home,
Oh, okay.
thanks to the help of Father Roach.
Wonderful. So you've met our vicar then?
Yes, I did. An interesting character.
Indeed. So, did old Leonard apologise for his absence?
Not quite. He wasn't home.
What is that man playing at?
You tell me. What can you tell me about Lord Panswick?
A most charming man, Miss Bateman. He looks after us here, a good fellow.
Where does he live?
Panswick Manor, on the moors.
Of course.
No visitors allowed. His lordship likes his privacy.
And his fallen chapel.
I found HOB'S barrow.
Oh,
Drat!
remember what I
Okay.
said, Miss Bateman? There are stories connected to that place.
Yes, stories you won't elaborate on, I might add. Don't worry about me, Stanley. I'm quite capable of warding off imagined fiends.
I have stuff for fiends.
I have no doubt, but please leave that place be.
I've come this far, there's no turning back now.
Yes! There is every turning back now! You're not committed! No harm has come to you! This is the perfect time to turn back!
That's precisely what worries me.
Oh, might as well.
A mug of your finest ale, please.
I've only had 3 today.
There we are. That's 2 pence on your account.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See you soon.
What was that? Oh, menu. Nothing's changed, it looks like. Still can't pet the cat.
I don't wish to wake him up.
I think I have to go to bed, basically. Go to bed.
Time for bed.
I think it's about 10p, KB.
Tomorrow I shall convince Mr. Bryden to allow me to begin my excavation.
Or he'll mysteriously pass in the night. You having
Miss
brought up.
Bateman,
Oh dear.
how are you?
Oh, hey, dickhead.
Oh, fuck off. I am not buying you a drink.
Tired.
Gonna buy you a drink?
No.
One won't hurt.
One won't hurt.
Excellent. I feel bad about what happened last night.
Good, you should do.
Good, you should.
I'm sorry I can't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right, Mr. Tillett. Alcohol can do all sorts of damage to one's memory.
I was thinking that maybe if we had another drink tonight, I might remember what happened.
Sure you were.
I'm not sure that's logical.
But worth trying?
I don't need any further convincing.
Take your seat, Miss Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
I shall return with the goods.
Uh-huh.
To Leonard Shoulder.
Wherever he may be. I've been meaning to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Why did Leonard Shoulder ask you to dig up HOB'S barrow?
He doesn't say in his letter, does he?
No.
Despite his disappearing act the previous evening, not to mention his questionable sobriety, I decided Mr. Tillett was to be my ally.
He's got nothing better to do, and at least we both agree on the railway.
I spoke again of Mr. Shoulder's letter, his proposed excavation, and my status as an antiquarian and barrow digger. He was fascinated and quite excited at the prospect of meeting the soon-to-be author of a real-life book.
Okay, sure.
You must find all manner of riches on your digs.
Barrow digging is not all success, Mr. Tillett. Often I'll come across the likeliest of sites, steeped in promise. We set to work with shovel and pick and all the other barrow-opening paraphernalia you can imagine. Every stone carefully taken down, every shovelful of earth put dutifully through the sieve, and we find nothing. Or you may find a miserable remnant of animal bone or a shard of pottery hardly to be recognized from the peat in which it decayed. Sometimes it's as if some Neolithic humorist prepared an elaborate practical joke for your special benefit.
It still sounds much more exciting than spending your days sitting in England's most remote railway station.
I mean, how many books?
Cyril yells, "God, it's shit!" from the next table over.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, I don't know. How loaded's your Kindle? You know?
Are you all right, Mr. Tillett?
No, he's bored, and he's susceptible to being hired.
I've had another argument with Agnes.
Big surprise.
Your wife?
Aye. She didn't want me coming to the plough tonight. Truth is, I've been drinking my life away since my mother passed.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry for your loss.
You're kind, Miss Bateman. Thank you. It's been a year since the old girl left us.
Year. Okay.
She had a horrible end. Wasting away, day by day. Consumption got her. She was naught but bones by the end. I can't get the image out of my mind. She were everything to me.
I'm so sorry.
I apologise for going on, Miss Bateman. It's not appropriate.
Don't worry, Mr. Tillett. I appreciate your openness.
Used to love going for walks out in the moor, my mother and I. Ever since I were a little one. She'd get a tear in her eye as she looked out upon it. She loved this land. I asked Mr. Crozier to build a bench, which we've erected as a favourite lookout spot on
There
the
we
moors.
go.
Margaret's Lookout, we called it. Aye.
That's a beautiful tribute.
Aye. If you take a seat there, do keep her in your thoughts, won't you?
Aww.
Of course, Mr. Tillett. I can relate in some manner. My father had an accident when I was very young. He's still alive, but he can neither move nor speak.
Kind of like Samuel 25 years ago or so?
He spends his entire life bedbound and incapable of communicating or looking after himself in any way.
How dreadful.
Yeah.
He was a barrow digger himself, an antiquarian of some renown. He taught me so much, even though I was so young. I think writing this book is my way of carrying on his work. It helps me reclaim those earlier memories of him. And I visit him often to tell him all about my excavations.
Can he hear you?
I've no idea. The doctors aren't sure. I'd do anything to make him better, Mr. Tillett.
Oh no!
I'd do anything to bring him back to the man he was.
Oh dear!
Oh dear.
Looking for magical solutions to problems, are we? Dun dun dun!
I am in a state of suspended mourning for a man caught between life and death.
That's a nice line.
Dreadful. Just dreadful.
We all have our weaknesses. Mine just happens to be my father.
And what of your mother?
Let's find out.
A cold woman. We haven't talked in quite some time. I think she blamed me for my father's accident somehow.
You were but a child.
Indeed. She thus saw it fit that a governess should raise me as she spent her life grieving for my father.
Well then, I propose a toast.
A toast to what?
A shared sense of loss.
I'll toast to that, Arthur. Now then, enough of this wallowing.
Let us be merry. Another round.
Oh, God.
I really shouldn't. But I did. And another after that. And another. The frustrations of my visit to Bewley slipped away with each swill of Stanley's finest ale.
Mm-hmm.
We had great fun that night, Mr. Tillett and I.
Oh, dear.
I treasure the memory.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Get it, girl.
Go on then. Let's hear those pipes.
Mustn't.
Sing the song.
Oh, no.
You're incorrigible.
Please. You'll make a sad man happy.
Oh, all right then.
Oh. Brace for drunken singing. Oh, thank God.
Clasps, celts, and arrowheads I'll try
Oh, no.
to claw within my clutch, and if a shield I should espy,
What is this song?
I'll vow there ne'er was such.
With popish tricks and relics rare,
Uh-huh.
the priests their flocks do gull.
Right?
In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull.
What are you teaching this child? That was touching and bizarre. There's my candle.
Oh dear.
Mm. It looks like we're having a horrible dream. Should we start here next week? Or do you want to go further a little bit more?
Let's go a little.
Let's get through the horrible dream, shall we? So content warning, folks. We're having a horrible dream. Walk towards the light, Caroline. Oh, I'm even moving slowly, like in my sleep.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, Thomasina.
That's
Dad?
your father.
I'm wondering if that's his wife.
What is this?
The dream. You drank way too much and went to bed without any Advil or water.
Who are you?
I'm the one that saved your father.
One that saved your father. There were 3 men, remember?
Yep.
This might be the 3rd. So not Samuel, not her father, but the other.
What do you mean?
You were here 25 years ago.
Called it.
Yeah.
My father?
You were deep down with the others. You were there, and something went wrong. I dragged him out.
That AR.
Impossible.
Not impossible, silly.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
Here comes the bargaining.
I don't understand.
Believe my words. You'll find proof in morning. Now go. One more thing.
Of course.
This is not a dream.
Hey, careful. There might be a jump scare. This is not a dream, huh? What was that? Ooh.
Under the door.
There's something under the door.
Goodness, that was a terrible sleep.
Book. Interesting. This is the perfect place to save. Let's save. It was all... Oh, can't spell. All a dream. Okay. That was fun.
That was very fun.
Something interesting is happening, or we had a lot to drink. That might be it.
And we got a package.
And we got a package. Well, it says a book. Look at it again next week.
What's this?
Oh, that's his journal.
There's a strange stone strapped to the cover.
Does it have a hole in the middle? IAW? Arrived after a decent day's ride from Bakewell. This is a curious place. Locals seem distant. I am to meet my local contact tomorrow, so it will be an early night for me. I shall try to keep a diary of my stay here and not give up by day 3 of the excavation as usual. Despite the thrill of possible new discoveries, I cannot stop thinking about my dear wife and wonder if I should have left her in her current state. I must have faith that she will conquer this bout of illness.
Stout heart, my love. I'm going to go and stab some rocks. I'll see you in a month.
My journal has been abandoned. Day 4. Let that not speak for the excitement I feel for this excavation. Okay. Let's read all of this next time, because this is a bit more, but...
Because page 5 will be Carruthers has eaten own face. So unknown.
Whoa!
Oh, there's
Nature's
a code.
laws
There's a
hold
code.
no meeting here. Lo, a place of miracle. Oh, gosh. When the sun and the 2 moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated? Okay.
It appears to be a journal, full of hogwash. I don't recognize the handwriting. Maybe Stanley knows more about it.
We'll read through it again next week. All right, let's take a very quick little break so I can close down the game. And then since we just had a horrible nightmare, let's do some shenanigans before we go to bed. Before I go. But also before the stream ends, more importantly. How about that? Okay, 2-3 minutes. We'll be right back. Weird Pink Weasel's Dreams
Pink
is
Weasel
the name
Dreams.
of my... Oh, what's a good cover band name for that?
Electric Light Orchestra, Solid, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark.
It needs an avian reference.
Eagles,
No, it's not really.
Butthole Surfers.
You're just making up bad names now. Look at his face. Oh, it was worth it for that. I'm gonna get subjected to butthole surfers as soon as I turn off the stream this evening.
Shiny, it's funny you should mention that. I actually picked up a one-page RPG today called Daydream, in which you read a scenario before you go to sleep, and then your brain plays the scenario, and so you self-DM your own dreams.
This sounds fascinating. We need a link to that. What's it called?
Daydream, D-I-E.
Daydream one-page RPG. Okay, let's see if I can find this.
There you go.
Okay.
Daydream, one-page RPG. You play as you fall asleep. You had a link to Reddit, which had a link to it.
Okay. Here we go. Link coming into the chat. One page front and back solo TTRPG that you play in your head. Designed to be played before falling asleep, the game uses a diceless randomizer and easy-to-remember oracles to take the player on unexpected journeys. It's equal parts game, bedtime ritual, and creative procedure. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I also love how many people are volunteering to translate it into other languages. That's really cool.
The itch.io indie RPG community is awesome. They do really good stuff.
Can you get this for us when
did.
we're done? Okay, cool. I want to read that. That sounds very fun. But in the meantime, we have some very interesting shenanigans this evening. There are a lot of social political themes in this because we're talking about events that occurred in Christian history. But you might want to click on that link and follow along because there are some images dependent on this one.
This one goes places.
So the first one starts with this image of an Eastern Orthodox priest, so in long black robes, black mitre, staff, petting a pair of dolphins. It looks like it's some aquarium somewhere, and it says, went to Miami to recover Father Sartorius and made some new friends. These animals, they are wise. I recruited them to avenge my dear brother. I was then escorted out of the SeaWorld.
Better than the 1956 Marseille dolphin exorcism, I suppose.
Followed by the what? In 1596, dolphins were infesting the port of Marseille. Back in those days, you see, dolphins didn't have the cuddly image they enjoy today. They were pests, and they were causing damage. So the Cardinal of Avignon sent the Bishop of Cavallon to do something about them. In front of a huge crowd, the bishop sprinkled some holy water into the waters of the port and then told the dolphins to be gone. Whereupon the dolphins indeed turned tail in terror and fled and were never seen again. And then somebody says, still not as dramatic as St. Bernard excommunicating the flies, though.
What happened to the flies? Saint Bernard of Clairvaux built a monastery in 1124, but it was plagued by flies. So the good saint promptly excommunicated them, and by the next day, the flies had died in such quantities that they had to be shoveled out.
Shoveled. Ew. Ew. Still not as nutty as the Basil Rooster trial, though. Everyone in unison. What rooster trial? In 1474, a rooster and Basil did the heinous and unspeakable act of laying an egg. As everyone knows, an egg laid by a rooster will hatch into a basilisk or a cockatrice.
There's at least 3 episodes of Cocomelon about that.
Shut up. So to avoid the creation of a cockatrice or a basilisk, the rooster was tried, found guilty, and burned at the stake along with its egg. A huge crowd was present. The rooster, in this case, likely a hen that had developed male characteristics like a crow. It happens. Still not as properly legal as the Savigny pig trial, though.
Okay, clearly you want an excuse to talk about the pig thing, and I desperately want to hear about the pig thing. So please, tell us about the pig thing. In 1457, a sow killed Jehan Martin, a 5-year-old boy in Savigny. For that crime, she was put on trial and judged guilty, sentenced to be hanged from a tree.
Correct.
Her piglets, however, were judged to have been innocent of the murder, and so were returned to the owner, with the caveat that he had to surrender them to the law if they were later found to have eaten any of the boy. This is, of course, not to be confused with a whole bunch of other similar porcine trials. I won't, for example, mention the 1452-1454 excommunication of eels in Lake Geneva.
Okay, what did the eels do? And more pressingly, why were they in communion with the church in the first place?
Well, here's the thing. Animals are expected to be part of the church by default. That's why they take excommunication so badly. Felix Hemelin's treatise on exorcism, cited by E.G. Wagner's Historia Naturalis Salvatiae, 1680, that's Helvetiae, informs us that around 1221 to 1229, eels once infested Lake Geneva in huge numbers. So St. William, Bishop of Lausanne, excommunicated them and banned them from the lake, forcing them to live in only one part of it. Plot twist, as far as we know, St. William was never Bishop of Lausanne.
There's no way you have historical Christianity nonsense more silly than this to share.
You want to do this one? This is good.
I've been trying to stay on brand and talk about animals only, but sure, few intersections of Christianity and the legal system get sillier than the Cadaver Synod. Pope Formius, the good-looking.
Pope Formosus.
Formosus was pope from 891 to 896 and apparently accumulated a few enemies.
Well, he's a good-looking boy to be expected.
After his successor Boniface VI enjoyed all of a 15-day papacy, the next pope elected was Stephen VI, and he hated Formosus. How much? He had the corpse of Formosus exhumed, dressed up in papal vestments, and put on trial for his failings when he was a pope.
Fuck.
That's some petty shit right there. And result, Formosus was found guilty of papal fail. The corpse was stripped of its clothes, 3 fingers on its right hand were severed, no blessings for you, and it was tied to weights and dumped in the Tiber River. Needless to say, Stephen VI came to a sticky end. Fun fact, a sticky end is the name of my favorite wine from Australia.
Yes, it's a good wine too.
An angry mob deposed him. He was strangled in prison, and Formosus' corpse was fished up and reburied with honors. And the later popes passed edicts ensuring this kind of silliness would never happen again. Tune in next time when I tell you about how a lawyer defended a city's entire rat population.
Just as a quick aside, because you obviously need to do this one too. All I can see now is this image.
Ask a Mortician covered this, really?
Amazing.
Oh, fantastic.
All I can see now is this image of this pair of Swiss guard just winching the rat, the kind of sodden, bloated corpse of Formosus up, and one of them going, Mario, yes, Luigi. We should have been plumbers. I know, Luigi.
Stop it. Just stop it.
This is a fucked up. Well,
Please give us the rats, I beg. Okay, the story of the rats of Autun is also the story of Bartholomew de Chazun.
I would go with Chazanot or Chazanay in the style of Timothée Chalamet.
Okay, a highly original and highly talented defense lawyer. This is him here. Lovely portrait. He also appears to be a man of color.
He does.
When the town of Autun was infected by rats in the early 1500s, they were accused of eating the province's barley crop and were duly summoned to be judged in an ecclesiastical court of law. Chazanot was the defense attorney. How do you defend an entire swarm of rats? You don't, is the answer. You delay. Chazanot's entire original defense was, my clients live all over the place. One summons would not be enough. So we got a court summons to be posted in all the infested parishes. When the rats didn't show up after the elapsed delay, Chazanot proceeded to explain at length why. The rats didn't come to court, he said, because of their enemies, the cats, which are everywhere and vigilant and hungry. You cannot expect my clients to undertake a journey which would put them in mortal danger, he argued in complete seriousness. Thus, they have the legal right to turn down a summons that endangers them. As far as we know, the Ruts never did appear in court. They remain unprosecuted. Chazanov went on to have a distinguished career as a lawyer and was allegedly killed by a poisoned bouquet of flowers.
Catholics did not take the Great Schism very well, it seems.
What? Oh, is this fine Scheherazade? Oh, it just goes on and on and on. There's so much of this. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think these are comments.
They are.
Fine, Scheherazade. Well, now you have to, and you know it. Scheherazade. Fine then. Keep your secrets.
Actually, if you're interested in this stuff, read Fuzz by Mary Roach. It's a great book about animals negatively interacting with human modern society. It's a really very well-rounded look at how various societies fuck up animal relationships.
Please just write all the animal historical facts you possess. Nice. If we out here excommunicating flies, then I need to know how they got baptized into the church in the first place. As I understood it, they believed that all animals were part of the church anyways and didn't need baptism because they were free from original sin. They'd never eaten of the apple, after all. I chose to interpret this as they were more God's problem children, and really the dogs are the best boys. These are fascinating. Are you a Thakis Rovus fan? Does Father Spiros own noobs in the wildly? Of course, shake it. Nice.
Yeah, the thing that gets lost in all of this is the Greek Orthodox priest
Father Spiros is dead, and you people are talking about excommunicating eels.
who goes to SeaWorld to recruit 2 dolphins to help avenge his brother.
Can you not exercise my son? He will not stop Fortnite dancing. No, I will exercise his parents
For doubting him.
These are hilarious. These dolphin exorcism. I love it. There's more in here about the... What about the eels? What about the eels?
Drake's finish. Russell Crowe is called into the office. Hey, Russell. G'day. We've got the best idea for the Pope's Exorcist 2, Russell.
The Pope's
Just the
Exorcist
best idea.
2. I like it. Is. It's kind of the opposite of the Pied Piper, right? The idea that instead of leading them out of town, I mean, if you don't have a strategy, your strategy is to stall for time, right? So, just coming up with a delaying tactic is really... You can go full, ate the spider on this one. Well, you got rid of all the cats, but now there's the dogs. What are we going to do about the dogs?
The trick, I would imagine, has to be keeping a straight face. Because at some point, you're going to catch the judge's eye. And there's going to be that kind of, I know what bullshit you're fucking pulling.
Yes.
Yeah, just run with me on it. And if you can entertain the judge enough to the point where they're like, you know what? Obviously, it's not safe for your clients to wear.
Exactly. I prefer to believe that flies were baptized by the blessed rains down in Africa.
Last night, I witnessed an Australia-wide pub choir doing a rendition of Africa by Tota.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
Love it. This is fucked up. Woohoo! Right? Exactly. I'm going to have to go look up this Ask a Mortician now. So, about Fomos. What's his name? Formosus?
Formosus.
The priest of Pope Formosus. Yep.
I just imagine him as the other member of the Council of Primes alongside Shockwave. But, Okay. Formosus, the Decepticon threat must be addressed.
Oh, gosh.
Megatron makes valid points.
I think that's all the nonsense we have for Moses. I think that's all the nonsense we have for everybody this week.
Oh, do you think that his last thought was that he was really concerned about what he wouldn't see from the future popes, so he had FOMO? Good night, everybody.
Just gonna let him have that. Wendy's giving you the hook. The chat's like, no, Alistair, no. Well done. Wendy's like, oh no, he started off.
I know what he's fucking doing.
Yeah, I know what he's up to. I know what nonsense is about to occur. I can feel it, Bill. Wendy, you know my pain.
It's this look, isn't it?
People are like, I thought the idea was not to end the night on horror. No, he just gets excited and he gets those wide eyes. I'm like, Oh no, I've seen that expression on Brendan Lee Mulligan's face. I know what's about to happen. Run! Run for the hills! Cannot win! Yes, exactly. I love that they Dropout released a new What the Heck is Dropout as a streaming service trailer, and it has that clip in it.
As well as Bob the Drag Queen screaming, I have anxiety.
I have anxiety. Yes, yes.
And then this exchange. Oh, Dropout, such good value. Doesn't show up on my credit card statement. Almost like that was the point.
Wendy, it's the cautious look towards the back of Marguerite's head. Am I going to get away with this? No, you are not. But you're going to have fun attempting it, and I will give you points for effort. Right. Where are we going to be this next week? Away!
Oh, Bristol.
Somewhere else. We're going away for the weekend.
Fucking great. Full Edge returns this Friday. There's all kinds of really good stuff in it.
We can't remember because we wrote it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no, I know exactly what's in there. There are some...
Oh, that's right. It's the Meg 2.
Buckle up.
Sharks and boyfriends. Exactly.
It's Meg 2, The Trench, and amongst other things, some truly delightful early 21st century TV culture architecture.
Don't say it that way. It sounds so old when you say early 21st
Someone
century.
did this amazing piece of Twitter archaeology where they found pretty much every TV guide advert for individual episodes of The X-Files. And they're amazing.
Blue Beetle, the movie is on the list, but it deals with parental grief, and that's not been a topic we wanted to approach.
I wasn't there last week.
Last 2 weeks. But it'll happen. What was the other thing you want? We're going to try and go see.
I was possibly going to go see Turtles again, because it is freaking delightful. There's also that horror movie.
Yeah.
Talk to Me.
Talk to Me. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you go do that and watch it when the sun's up.
Yes.
So it can't get you.
Yeah, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is
adorable. It's really good. But the side effect of this is there will be no stream on Sunday. We finished Coffee Talk 2 last week, which was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And oh gosh, we'll have to pick a new game.
I did confirm, by the way, it is the developer's kitty.
Oh.
There's a deleted scene where he comes in and Freya's going off to do the writer's retreat with him. And the cat comes in and gives it head rubs as it's sitting in his lap. It's very sweet.
Very, very sweet. Maybe also steer clear of Haunted Mansion.
I will be delaying that for a few months. Thanks, Hawkeye.
Thanks for the warning. So no stream on Sunday. There's plenty of VOD to catch up on if you are behind. Mm-hmm. And then we will be back next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. We'll be back next Wednesday with more of the...
Do the talking and the thing.
BARROW.
Thank you. With the stuff. So much bouldering is required for these gates. They require constant bouldering. I think that's everything. You have another Wendy.
There can never be another Wendy.
There can never be another Wendy.
Although there is a day named after you.
Wendy. Yeah, I've just made that up right now. You're welcome. You have your own day.
Happy
Wendy,
Wendy.
you have to tell us about your ongoing joys of remodeling as well.
Dealing with the aftermath of the concrete fetishists.
Yes, exactly. At your convenience. So I think that's just about everything.
Pretty much.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. I've been Alistair.
I've been Marguerite.
And seriously, flies?
Shoveling flies. That sounds awful. Don't shovel flies. Go have a good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe play a little TTRPG one shot before you go to sleep.
As a treat.
Exactly. Have
I'll
a
see you
good
next
one,
time.
everybody.
Have fun.
Stall while I find the button.